Discard, click on, select stream. So your stream, I see my stream. Okay, click here. Get a live panels connected. Q&A poll, close. Like I've never used YouTube streaming, so I'm not gonna ever dual stream. And hopefully we can get some people in, but if not, then what's it called? It's not a big deal. It is pretty like I don't know, like like early in the morning, awkward time. Or I guess depending on where you are. I guess it's pretty good in the afternoon for like EU. Sorry. What am I saying? NA East. It's actually quite late in the evening for Europe. But yeah, let's just pull up. So the reason I'm recording this on the YouTube is because I want it to be on the YouTube channel and not just on Twitch VODs, because YouTube like stores VODs for like forever. Like it's a video, and I like may as well like, you know what, I was like, I'm gonna record, I was gonna make this into a video, but I'm like, you know what, like I'll just make it to a stream, so if anyone wants to pop in during the video, you can. So also, hey, so yeah, that's why I'm doing this. So this is just like a meta discussion. I'm just gonna be talking about tier list stuff, and basically doing the what I would do for a tier list video kind of live. And it saves me time. I actually have like my own tier list. It's quite big. So we're gonna like go, I guess, slow on it. I can give the overview first. So this is the master tier list. Okay, this is the master tier list. I've been working on this. This is my item guide. I've been working on this for quite a while. And I update it like for myself over time. But this is the master tier list. This has all the uniques, which are not updated, by the way. So don't get me like Cosmog is like SS tier for me, or S tier for me, or at least one of these tiers. So don't get me wrong, like this is not updated. But that's why we're also gonna just remake this like in real time. This is like some item stuff. These are some synergies, but again, I haven't moved stuff around yet. So and also synergies tier lists don't make any sense. Like in my opinion, they don't make no sense because it doesn't really help you learn like what you're actually doing. So I can like I'm gonna basically scrap the mega tier list and then rebuild the tier list from scratch. So that's like more how we're gonna do this here. Also, I'm gonna post this in the main server, see if anyone wants to hop in. But if not, then it's like not a big deal because again, it's just gonna be stored onto the YouTube. So I might put a timestamp, skip ahead to this point where we actually start the discussion. But for now, we're just gonna do some setup work because again, this is the first stream. So I've streamed on YouTube before, but I haven't like really streamed on YouTube a lot. So let's just do it like that. I'm not gonna do a lot. Like most of my streams are still gonna be on Twitch. Like I can't dual stream because my internet speed is just not that high. But the reason I'm streaming this on YouTube is because this is gonna be the meta discussion. So I'm gonna post this in the content creator as well on the Discord. Master tier, like making a master tier list. Just meta discussion before tourney. Come join. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna post it like that. Anyway. And then next time we might want to announce, we might want to do it. This is it's also a test stream. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. Okay, we can start now though, or to just talk about the game. So, because the game will, like, as people trickle and whatever, like, it will take a while anyway to, like, actually talk about everything about the game. So, first thing first, like, there are traits right now that are ridiculously powerful. I'd say the only, like the most forcible comps, like, these are the best and forcible, in my opinion, is Fairy. I think that's the only forcible comp right now, honestly. Everything else is like good if good spot. I would say Psychic is good if good spot. And the good spot in question is just like you open Eevee. So I'm just gonna put a little Espeon there. But it's pretty counterable. Same with Fighting. But Fighting is like more like can be good. Ground is good if good spot, yeah. Ground is like, so this is like I would say could compete with Best. So this again, like those are the comps that could compete with Fairy basically, or like Fairy normal stuff. I'll say Fairy normal is like pretty Giga Forceable, but like yeah, these are like, if you have these Pokemon early on, then you can just like play these powerful synergies basically. Same with Water. Water, you can be enabled via like this guy. If you just, I've won off of just getting a Squirtle early, like a triple Squirtle, in this patch. It's quite strong. But like Fairy is just so nasty. Like it's just like kind of nasty work. But you kind of need like a, like kind of like this for Water to actually work. And then like if you have like Vaporeon, that helps a lot too. But you don't need Vaporeon. I think you like having this guy helps a lot more. Having specs with this guy helps a lot more than having Vaporeon. But I've seen it do okay off of that too. So these are like, Water is very good with good spot type of situation. Plus the like the whatever is really strong. Broke it? No. Yes and no, but mostly no. You just want specs early. Specs feels a lot nicer and better. You can get like a Spellkit Water build, but it's just like, I don't know. It's too much like conditionals. Whereas you can't, with just this, you can win streak early. With just this one item, that's it. You just need only specs and you'll win streak early once you have a Squirtle. Like, that's what I noticed when I played it a lot. And then it becomes really powerful because then you can make pads, and then suddenly you're beating these fairy boards for free. Because pad specs like in the late game could sauce, with Giselle can sauce the fairy boards. By just casting first and smacking their backline fast. This Ghost is like can be good. Normal normal like is like best enforceable, but it's also can be good. I would just move it to can be good because it's just like very like whatever. Flying is just like no please. It's just like these comps are just kind of no please. This could be like very rarely. Wait, it's not very rarely. I guess like good in very niche spots is what I should say. Is this, and then this is no please. This is good niche spots. This is no please. This is very good. But Water Aquatic is like the same traits. I'm just gonna put them together. Normal is just like the same thing as Fairy almost, but like it's a splash. You don't really play vertical normal. Actually I've won with vertical normal, but that's because I was playing Baby 7, so I don't know if that counts. Poison is pretty much no please, but I think Poison like is adaptive with Amorphous, which becomes here. If you really want to talk about Poison and you open Poison, you want to pivot to Amorphous, then Poison's like suddenly this type good. Because if you like, but then like you like again they go together. You don't really play Poison like a lot unless like at this one game I pivoted to Amorphous from Poison and it was just like nasty work. So, but because like Amorphous is about having a good opener, right? Like, I mean, when I talk about Poison, I'm talking about this guy, by the way. I'm like, Poison is really just Kakuna, man. Like Kakuna is Poison. Poison is Kakuna. Or Golbat. Like, this is Poison when I say Poison. Like, Poison's not, like, going past, like, the stage where you're playing just these mons for Tempo. So, realistically, what is Poison? It's just Amorphous pivot. Yeah, Fairy, we talked about Fairy. Fighting can be good. You really just want this guy or this guy for fighting early on. Fire, good in niche spots. You really want this guy for fire, or else you're not getting anywhere. If you don't have that, you're just not playing fire. So also, you really want like this item with fire, if you can get that in. Super nice item. What I usually build if I play fires, I like building this. This is like some greedy ass like set, but this will like tap and kill everything if you set up right. If you have this with Rage Dish, nothing will survive. You'll beat every board, like period. You'll just beat the fairy boards, beat everything, because it just does too much damage. You're doing double damage off the Rage Dish, plus you're fire sharding something, and plus it has like 80 more speed from the Rage Dish, and this is triple damage. So you're doing like, you know, double, triple, 6 times damage to everything that you're attacking, and this is double again. So you're doing 12 times damage to everything you're attacking. Plus you have the fire shards. So if you have like Rage plus this stuff, fire can actually like smoke lobbies. But like, again, it's very good in niche spots because you're not going to have Rage all the time. You're not going to have the spot for all the time. You typically want to play like this as your carry because you have not a lot of ranged ones you can play with. Ghost is like one of those traits that's like is almost like broken, but is like only can be good because if you're like sniped, like it just gets countered by safety goggles a lot, and it's just kind of whack. So I would say like you pivot into Ghost when you see people build certain items, but it's really kind of whatever. Rock is also can be good. Monsters can be good. They're just very niche, honestly. But like you get like spots where Rock Fossil is really powerful and like it's unstoppable, depending on the ads. Like these two kind of work together. Wild is probably no please. It could be also good in niche spots because of just how good normal is, but realistically, like you're not trying to angle wild. You're trying to avoid wild as much as possible. Sound can compete with the best, but sound is such a terrible spot right now because of like you need the right items for sound. I was just like it can be good or good in niche spots because it's like it can be the strongest comp in the game. So technically it should be like here, but the problem with sound is that you want to make like this, but then you can't like hit your sound unit and you cheat your computer. Like you really need chat tot. It's everything's just too garbage. Laura is just along with the grass garbage, side synergy. Steel can compete with the best. Same with electric. These two, nasty work. Especially together and stuff. But like electric can hit like this and become really strong, or hit this and become really strong. These are really like just ridiculous Pokemon. And then the steel can hit this guy, which is really strong. But it's like it depends on your item build and like stuff too. And also like I don't know, like you can also just like end up like doing fairy steel smilers. That's why the DOS game. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. Ice is also here. It can compete with the best comps, but you really need like high roll. Like if you hit the Kyurem, you're golden, you just win. But if you don't hit Kyurem, it just becomes like, what are we doing? But it's like really hard because you don't know if you're gonna hit Kyurem. So it's kind of gambly, in my opinion. You can also hit this guy, which is also really pretty strong too. But yeah, like those two guys are a little bit stupid. Baby is definitely up here as well. With like in a good spot, it could just be like the strongest comp in the game. In fact, it could be like it is just the strongest comp in the game. Period. If you like have the actual good spot. Fighting is inhuman or just kind of like together. Same with psychic human, like they just side synergy, doesn't really matter. Dragon is just good in niche spots, but can be good. Light can be good. It got nerfed really heavily this last patch. I always see people trying to force light and stuff, but like Hadef trying to do it, but it's just not there anymore in terms of consistency. Gourmet is definitely can compete with the best because if you hit Veluza, it could just be lights out. But again, like it's just very one of those comps that's just like very like luck oriented, and it's not like best enforceable. Also, we put that on artificial. So we can talk about every single synergy in the game basically. So we like, and this like Artie could just like be kind of here along with this side synergy type of thing. Anyway, it's really good, but it's just like you're not really forcing Artie. So this is like basically where we're at in terms of like tier list. I think like Psychic could be forceable, but it's not the best. So I don't think like it can like do that. Plus like, yeah, most of these synergies up here are semi-forceable, but realistically they're like not the best because the best synergy goes to Fairy. So like they're just like playing like, I don't know. Like there's just no like synergy that just does it like Fairy right now. But at the same time, like these other synergies down here, like all these synergies have like a place, and I played like every single one just to try what things do. So I have like pretty good opinion on this, I guess, or a pretty good perspective on everything. Yeah, going down. So we have like the synergies, but like, I don't really like. Again, I don't think synergy tier list is not that important. I think itemization is more important. So it's like items, the master tier list here. So this is just like, I don't know, just put S, A, B, and C for now, and then we'll change the wording and stuff. We can change the colors real quick. Okay, these are kind of jank colors. We're just gonna go down the line here. Sure, whatever. So, for items, I mean, I have like this item is broken. This item is broken. I think that's it for the S tiers. Yeah. That's pretty much it. For A tier, I would say, or like this item is like A tier, I'd say this item. This item. A tier comes like a lot more expansive. There's a lot more good A tier items. This item. This item could be S tier, but it's also like just kind of like low-key A tier. Pretty much it, right? Like these are your more like your best items of all time. Like I can't figure out any items that are better than those two items. Like period, they're just stupid. Super stupid inbound items. And like one counters the other. You know what I mean? Like it's like this counter, rock helmet counters this. This is the best item in the game. Like what do you want? Like that's basically like how it works, right? And then the other items like in the A tier are like they can be good. But the problem is like Razor Claw is like suddenly S tier if you have Razor Fang, but is like C tier if you don't have Razor Fang. That's what I discovered. So like this item is like, I mean it's S tier, but you're not gonna like it's gonna be A tier because it's getting carried so hard by this item. Like, and like with in terms of sets, like you just want to have that, so it's just ridiculously powerful. I don't understand. Yeah, pretty much. I think the mana spam stuff like has fallen off, but it used to be like giga broken. But I think like just because playing sound is so difficult, mana spam has kind of fallen off. So I think mana spam has become B tier, which is really sad to say, but it's just the world we live in. Somehow in an AD meta, upgrade really sucks. I don't get how upgrades suck so bad in a meta where you would imagine it'd be good. I'm gonna call this just like F tier, honestly. You just jump straight to F tier, low key. There's just items that you don't want to ever make, and this is one of those items you never make. And then like all the other items really just go into like B tier. I'm gonna label stones because stones are just conditional anyway. But yeah, these are very middling items. I would think ability shield's pretty middling. Like I'm not upset, like too upset about it, but I'm not like excited about it. But there's some items that are just straight dog water. And I think like down the dog water trail goes the dog water items. I feel there's some items I just hate. I'll really like almost never slam it. X-ray is in that category, but I made it last game and I went first place with it, so maybe it's not that bad. But like honestly, it's because I had too many extra magnets. Like if I don't have extra magnets, I'm not gonna make an X-ray. So maybe X-ray just goes there. Like this is like same thing with Gracidia. I'm not gonna make like Gracidia unless I have extra items. So it's like at the same time, like I guess like these items are that much worse. But like, it is like I also make boots sometimes too. So like boots can move with the B tier, I guess, because I've made these items more often than I've made these two. It could just be in our tier then, because there has to be a tier before F tier, because I actually make some of those items, whereas I never make these items. So there has to be like a C tier. So these have to go to the C tier then, for like they're good. Sometimes copium. This item can be really good sometimes. I don't freaking know. I'm putting in B tier. Like you're not making it unless you have a Pokemon that works with it, so it doesn't do any like it's not like an item that you actually can critique. It doesn't make any sense. Safety goggles is definitely a C tier item. This item is a B tier item. You're not making it. To me, it is a C tier item. It's some garbage. Sticky bar is definitely C tier. Ads is either B tier or A tier. We'll call it We'll call it A tier. It's called B tier. You're not really like making pads, but maybe you should make pads. Maybe you should be making pads. I don't know. This item is really freaking good. It depends on what you're playing, because if you're playing like AP, you're making pads. If you're not playing AP, you're not making pads. Like, what's the point? So it's like one of those things. But like, honestly, if you're playing like water, you should just prioritize pads. Like, what are we doing? I am so good. So that's what I'm saying. Muscle band. Oh, I'm gonna keep breaking activity. Just connect back in. Muscle band. Craftable. Whoa, and then we got kicked out of the... whatever. We got booted from the face of the universe, apparently. Restore pages. Okay, I guess it just had an interruption. Whatever. Like, error. Muscle band probably, like, here. The current stage. Or here. I mean, muscle band is one of those items that, like, gets countered by the best of the best, but isn't, like... But it is pretty much the best of the best. So I don't know. Because it's just, like, muscle band is one of those items that, like, you can slam, but you don't... Like, you need Rocky Helmet, really, to, like, make it work in the late game. In the early game, you can just slam it, but in the late game, you need Rocky Helmet. So you really just want Rocky Helmet. So it's, like, one of those things that's, like, what are we doing? In terms of, like, the normal items... Like, the normal items are quite good, honestly. They're all quite good. There's all a place for them. I think Null Fambana, because the other ones are so good, like, is kind of a hard slam, but can be good too. So it's almost like, I don't know, like, I've tried a lot with it. It's good sometimes. It's really broken early game. But, like, in the late game, it falls off, and you really want to play normal sometimes with your side synergies. So it's like... I think Mock Raven can go in the best of the best. Along with the Big Eater belt. These two are just the greatest normal items of all time. Everything else is just kind of like whatever. I think this can go in the best of the best, depending on the build you have. Yeah, no, this item is like broken. No, never mind. I'm thinking about it like, again, no, that item is actually broken. It's just that you need like to pair it with like a shiny charm or else it's not gonna be that good. But with a shiny charm, this item is broken. Like, no. Like, it, like, people underrate, don't see the value of it sometimes. In a burst meta, the item will solo win fights. I've literally won so many games by just making that set. Like, I have it up in the Giga win rate. Muscle Shell Bell is retired, yeah. Muscle Shell Bell, it's one of those things that, like, you don't want Muscle Shell Bell. You want Muscle Rocky Helmet. It's too much of a burst meta for Muscle Shell Bell. Like, I mean, you can do a Muscle Shell Bell and Rocky Helmet, but it's just like, you really just want Muscle Rocky Helmet. Because Rocky Helmet is just, because crit's just that strong, burst is just that heavy right now. Shell Bell is like B tier or C tier at best, in my opinion, because of that reasoning. Because you just want, like, your, like, to build for your late game better. This item, okay, I've had success with this item, but this item has to be C F tier, because I'm comparing it to the other items, and you're just like, there's almost anything, you can make anything better with this. Like, what are we doing? Like, those components are such a powerful, like Magnet and Charcoal are such powerful components. If you're making a punching glove, you're probably coping beyond belief. But I mean, like, I've used it, I've literally went first with this item before. So it has to be, like, at least C tier. But then I went first with Upgrade as well, so maybe not, you know, like, I just get this guy back down there. Like, I went first with F tier items, but, like, man, is it a cope, and is it terrible? It's almost one of those things that any other item could have done better there and just could have done the same work. Like, nah. But it's almost like Barb is, like, just as weak as these items, though, because I will never make Barb unless, like, I'm playing, like, a comp. But then Barb, like, I don't know. Like, and a lot of people I see make this and have a success with this, so I'm just gonna leave it here. That's what I think about this item. But this item's A, actually. Now I played the game a lot more. I realized that Wonderbox is just good. It's crazy because it makes the best item in the game. So you're like thinking, whoa, why'd I save the crit items? No. Just make your Wonderbox. Like, it's literally just a good item. Like, I've like just played around with it enough. That's just good. Explosive Bandana, I'm never gonna touch, though that item sucks. Item is just Garbage. And Pokédoll, I would never make this like willingly unless I have the other items with it, but I'll just put it on C tier because it can be like one of the most powerful late game items for redirecting burst. If you have like Shiny Charm with it, Shiny Charm Pokédoll, and you can just redirect like a burst comp, it just like, can win you the fight upright. But like, that's just like really late game, and like you're just picking it up from a carousel, you're not really crafting it. It does nothing in the mid game until you get to the heavy burst end game. So that's trash it, right? Because this is a tier list for items you're crafting. Like you're making these items. You're not. And if you're making these items, and in this case, like then this is how I'd label it. Like I'd make these items up here way like in the B or A or S tiers way before I make the items in the C or F tiers if I can. If avoidable. Right? I would just avoid these items down here as much as possible. I mean, like I still have to make them sometimes, but I would avoid them. I actually think like safety goggles can go here just because it is a kick up above these other items, I think. In sometimes. But not really. Like this item kind of sucks. It's good against some comps. Like this is a tech item. So like you make it against some comps and it's good, but then it's like I don't really want to make that item. Unless like I have to. Whereas these items, like I can build without like really like committing many resources that I'm like wasting, you know, like I'm like, oh yeah, this is a pretty good item, like I'll make this. Like I feel like that's kind of the case. The S tier is locked. Like these are the best 2 items in the game, period. There's no way that you like most comps. I'll forget AV, yeah. AV goes in like say a B or A tier. It's funny because Rocky Helmet is like AV's like counterpart, and Rocky Helmet's like God tier, and then AV is just like, what are we doing with this item? Key. It's probably B tier because it is an item you can just slam pretty fast, and do good into a lot of comps. But it really is like lobby dependent. But many comps are AP now, so you'll get away with like working it into stuff. Just checking the items one more time, see if I missed anything. Yeah, this is pretty much it. The stones are just stones. Just make the stones. I mean, if you want to make the good stones, like these are the good stones right here. Banger stones. But realistically, like stones are stones. Dude, I use all these ones. These ones are very fantastic. Like, I don't know. These are just some good traits. Psychic Berry, Fossil Water stuff. Stones are stones. Electric is like a nasty stone if you can get like electric set up. So yeah, I don't know, stones are stones. You just get the stones when you need to make like your comp work. I wouldn't say that, like, depending on the comp, it could be the best item or the worst item, you know? It's just whatever. Yeah. I think the items are pretty good. It's crazy. I like recently thought about Flame Orb, and I think Flame Orb is just god tier. Like Flame Orb is just so good. It's nasty work. This item is so bad sometimes. It's this Razor Claw item, but like it's so good because of Razor Fang. I just can't like put any lower. It's just so good. Like I don't get it. Like it's just like you can't put any lower just because you need Razor Claw to enable Razor Fang. Razor Fang is the god item. Like this item is the Egyptian god item, basically. These 2 items are just the best 2. It's crits and countering crits. Is the meta. It's been a while. Too powerful. Yeah, now we have like uniques. So uniques are weird. We'll just talk about the good ones, and then we'll ignore the bad ones because, like, bro, I don't really care. Like, because like I literally don't care about the bad ones. I'll just like point out the good ones just because I think they'll help a lot of players. Get 2 S tiers and give it an A tier and give it a what are we doing tier. Give them a little garbage, basically, and then just like everything else is in between. You guys can just assume everything's in between. I can just go through the uniques really quickly. Pretty good ones. No, I'll just ignore all the mid ones. Yeah, I'll just ignore all the mid ones. The good ones, you've seen every game. You know these guys. These guys have terrorized you many a times. Like, it should be like, in everyone's minds, these should just like pop in your mind as like the most powerful Pokemon in Auto Chess, basically. Like, if you see these mons, you're basically playing them, you know? Like, and people can move them up and down on the tier list, but you're playing these. These are like the mons that you like, that you're just like, you're seeing and you're like, wow, these mons are good mons. And you're just clicking these mons and not thinking about much else. You're going straight to, your mind should just jump straight to, if you're trying to win, this is what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you're just basically like you're just jumping straight to picking these mons. I'm gonna be real. Like it just kind of works. I think Palafin could be A tier, but yeah, like it's just like I don't know, it's pretty bare bones. Like you just jump straight to clicking one to the strong mons and just winning. I think like all the fairy, like all the lake twins are like really nasty. I think Cosmog is SS tier. I'm not even capping, but like that gets only like if you're good at it. I literally like I just think it's broken. I don't know. That mon's broken. Beluza is, I think he's like A or S tier. If it's an S tier if you have like the items, but A tier if you don't have the items is what I noticed. I'm putting A tier because it's not auto win as like the other mons are auto win. The other mons you can kind of just play in like most spots, like the S tier, but like Beluza has gone a long way, but it is so broken. So maybe it's just S tier. It doesn't really matter, but like yeah, this is like auto win if you have the right items, and like auto lose if you have the wrong items. So it's like kind of like A tier, right? It used to be just auto click and you just win. It was way too powerful back then, back in the good old days of last patch. But yeah, no, it's just kind of whatever. Shuckle, I don't know about Shuckle from my front. It's not an auto win Pokemon. This guy's pretty auto win. Depending on your items and spot. You need wide lens for this guy though, but if you have the right spot, it's probably A tier just because of that. You kind of need a spot for it. These are kind of god mons. Like yeah, like you play the game enough, you just like see these mons and you're like, wow, these are Egyptian god mons. So what am I supposed to do? Like they're just the Egyptian god mons. Like they're basically, it just should jump straight to your mind that you're clicking one of these. There's a lot of them too, so that's good. There's a lot of A tier ones as well though, which is also good. And there's like a lot of straight garbage. Oh yeah, this guy's still Giga God. Alcremie is still Giga God. Can't do Hitmon. Some people think the Hitmons are not as good. I disagree. Basically. Also, this bug guy is kind of underrated too. For amorphous setups and stuff in the past. This guy's good. This guy's the Fire Enabler. Solrock, I'm not sure about. Because he's like, kind of like not always clickable. This is talking about like mons that are like pretty much always clickable. That's really freaking broken. In almost like any spot, basically. But you get like symbol quality a lot because of this issue. It's like, this guy's God. I don't know if he's Giga God right now. Gimago's Giga is also God. Gimago is so broken. Yeah, no, basically. I'm just scanning through it just to like flash my mind on like what. If nothing jumps out to my mind, then like it's probably not that good. As like the strongest stuff you can play in this game. Alright, I put Spinda in the God tier, yeah. Spinda's God tier. This guy's really good. It's funny how good Flutterer is, even though like Flutterer is like whatever. But no, Flutterer is still pretty good. I missed out on Lightning, didn't I? I got everything. Alright, yeah, this is pretty much it. Everything else is probably not that good. I'm not gonna lie. There's some mons that are just like avoid if humanly possible. We can also talk about those mons, but like those mons are so bad you don't want to play them even in trait sometimes. But really, there's very few of those because I've played like if you're desperate, you're gonna play anything, dude. I've played some really garbage mons and like I made them work. Like I've even played this. This mon's garbage, but I made it work. So like. I don't know. I've also made it lose, but yeah, that guy is just... What are we doing with this guy? Same with this guy. This guy's so... Monka. I can't go through all the Monka guys, because there's too many Monka guys. I'm not gonna lie, like, you're just gonna... sell. Like, if you go through all the bad mons, you're gonna take too long, because there's too many bad ones, like... You're just gonna take way too long. Most of the bugs are good. But like, they're like A tier good. They're just good for tempo. It's hard to like pass up like 2 T10s. Yeah, there's like some really Monka picks. Like I don't know, just don't pick these guys, bro. Like just don't get baited. Like don't pick on these garbage guys, and then just everything else is kind of in between. You can just kind of use them, basically. I'm just looking through if there's any straight garbage mons. Like I'll never play no matter what. Even Mawile, like with Long Wand, is decent now. Druddigon is some garbage, but I've clicked them. But he is some straight garbage from the dog. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? That's it. Like, I mean, there's like a lot of more garbage mons. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm just like, what? Like, just don't click them. Just avoid them if you can. Like, just literally avoid these guys just as much as you can. Avoid them. Like, you'll find that if you click one of these guys up here, which there's a big list of them, you'll probably win more games than if you click stuff that is not on this list. I'm not gonna lie. You can take a screenshot of this list. This is just in from the top of my head. Like I probably missed 1 or 2 mons just because I'm screening through them. But yeah, I can go back to my original tier list. Let me go back to my original tier list and see if I missed anything. But because I have like a master tier list I made earlier, or I always make. For like the good mons. But yeah, like we have everything, right? I mean, same thing if it's the same exact mons too. I'll be really shocked if like I didn't rate the same mons the exact same way. Yeah, no, I literally have every single mon up here is the exact same, except for a couple that like I moved up the tier list because they're fairies. So fairies got bumped up by like 1 tier basically. But no, everything I literally am looking at it. My top lists look exactly the same almost. It's for like last thing. It's just because it is like the exact same. These mons have dominated pack for the longest time. They'll probably continue to dominate pack. And let's see how they don't. Okay. Lapras is solid A tier, or is in between tier right now. I don't think it's like broken. It's like B tier or A tier. It's like alright. It's pretty good. But like I think like now with like how things like shaped, like the cool fishes are stronger slightly. And like you can have like even like Draco is like while he's not good, it could be like B or A, like whatever tier as well, because he has good whatever. Yeah, it's not Lapras got nerfed really hard. Because of the he no longer freezes on cast. And that was like one of the big contributors for like why it was so strong before. And he also got like I think it's like the fences got hit or something too. But like that I think the freezing thing was just such a big deal. Because CCing their entire backline was like one of the big reasons why Lapras was good. You can't CC them anymore. Alright, we're good here, right? Yeah, we're good here. Also, the other thing too is I think Ice and Ice got hit a little bit too, or like everything else got stronger. And Ice doesn't really consistently counter Fairy. All right, so we have everything here. For uniques, so we have items. We covered thing. That's it. I think that's it. I think like this is pretty much everything. So everything is like all the pre-patch, like already like all the pre-term opinions here. There you go. You guys have everything. Or like the updated information. But it says knowing the knowledge of playing it is like easier said than done. The T20s. There's almost like no like I guess, like, easy way to sort T20s, because you're just gonna play the one that's in your trait. Overall, it's very balanced meta. I mean, yeah, besides, like, Fairy being broken, like, as the single, like, best trait in the game, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say this meta is relatively balanced, besides Fairy being, like, the top synergy, the top dog. But everything I would say is, too, is, like, besides, like, the items are okay, except for these two are just way too overtuned compared to everything else. I don't know what to do about that. Because nerfing crit is kind of, like, pain. Another thing I don't like is that, like, or the thing I complain about the most in this game is that it's very win more. And unlike on Take server, where, like, on Double Up, you have so much more time to build towards, like, a counter. So, like, you can't really build a counter in this game, because you're just gonna die. Because you're just gonna, like, let's say if they're playing ground, you want to pivot to steel to counter them, you're just gonna die to the ground board. Anyway, like, you're just not gonna lose them. Because it takes too many resources to pivot. Even if you have the BIS items like Flame Orb and stuff ready to go, you're still not gonna be able to pivot in time. Because you need to find the units, and have the items, and have the money. It's just too many conditions. Not gonna happen. So that's why, like, pivoting is, like, so tough in this game. To, like, try to counter and stuff. It's just not happening. You have to just kind of, like, eyeball them from, like, a distance and then pivot slow into it. Or just play... You just, like, the best thing is just play your strongest comp, always. That you have, like, the angle for. I'm then opening angles that are strong, which is just these items, basically. My lord, music's a little bit loud. Yeah, pivoting costs so much? Yeah, exactly. That's the main, like, issue, I guess, is that, like, it takes too much econ to pivot. Econ's very scarce because of just, like, whatever. And if you give players more econ, what they'll do is they'll just build, like, broken ultras. So I'm not even sure that that'll help, like, but, like, I still think, like, the econ is so, like, broke back in the early game because of streaking being too powerful. You just have to, like, get a streak or else you're just dead. I think we covered everything. So I think we're pretty good on the stream. I think we can call it for now. I don't think there's anything else much to talk about for the meta and stuff. For the most part. And this will be a good little VOD for anyone who missed the stream and stuff. They can still come back to it. Got bottle cap card in the MQing 3 fights. That's cool. I'm not sure how you MQ'd how you got bottle cap and MQ'd, because, like, I would assume that you'd be dying if you got Baby 7 in, but I mean, or, like, you'd have low HP. So that seems very hard to do. But yeah, pretty much. This, I don't see, like, there's also, like, ad picks and stuff we can talk about, but, like, realistically, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess we're done here. Our work here is done, guys. We're gonna stop the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm probably gonna make some lunch and then, like, maybe play some more or whatever later. I have a video coming up, so that'll be cool. Where I had, like, a recent game, but yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It's also a touch stream too. We'll probably announce the next time we do this. We'll probably do this, like, once or twice a patch. Just to, like, update the information on, like, stuff, you know. So you guys have an opinion, you know. I also really like making content to help people learn, so it's always cool. Alright. GG's. Call it for now.